Hello, folks. How are you? I hope you are all doing well. It's been a long time since I did my stream, so I appreciate your patience with me. And as such, if you've been following me too, I was actually at various conferences. And then it seems like my life has gotten more and more busy, and I hope yours too. And I don't know whether if it's because of that. So we're not actually necessarily seeing a lot of folks going to conferences too. I mean, for some areas of the world. And I have to say that, in Europe, it's been amazing. And that's where I've been spending most of my out of town times, I guess, except for the US, and it would be KubeCon if you were there, right, in Detroit last month. And that's an amazing one too. And then there's actually also next week too with if you're involved with Amazon, right? AWS. Then there's also AWS reInvent. Apparently, it's going to be like 50,000 people, something like that. So there are certainly some huge, huge, huge conferences, technical conferences in the U.S. and then that can attract tons of people, right? And but the thing is, too, in general, some of the developer conferences, among which is the Chicago one that the Atlanta Jug folks and then, Chicago Jug too, that I'm helping out with. And so we're helping. And we had about maybe 300 people. It was smaller, the audience. We were hoping to get more, but for some reason, folks, didn't sign up. So we don't know. We're kind of wondering if it's because of people just still kind of nervous about in-person events, or maybe just you're too used to doing things online in Zoom, so then you are probably like less kind of inclined to going to in-person things. And of course too, I mean, I don't blame you. Sometimes, right, in-person conferences, they cost money too. And now, unfortunately, with post-COVID, everything has gotten more expensive. Inflation, all of these concerns. And then there are also companies, because of the soft economy, a lot of uncertainty. So maybe there aren't enough fundings. That could be the case too. Yeah, that's true. Now I think of it. So but the thing is, though, is that I'm hoping to see more of you going to in-person conferences. I think they're a great way of engaging with one another, and it's just been long enough. And even for me too, going back to in person, it's just so much energy. And also in Europe too, especially, right? For example, like DevOps, some of the Java focused conferences, DevOps, and Belgium is amazing. It's got 3,500 people. DevOps Morocco, in Morocco, right? Agadir, amazing too, and right by the ocean. And in fact, if you look into my stream, the cover page is actually a picture I took in Agadir. So that's kind of like they had the conference right by the beach, right, at the Hilton Hotel. And they also, have conference facilities there, and so it's just beautiful, right? And it's just nice to get together with people, talking and everything. So anyway, so if you finding yourself a little bit hesitating, I want to encourage you to say, don't hesitate. There are limited times we have on earth. Let's engage with one another. Let's especially we're doing technologies, everything is changing so fast. It's good to you know exchange ideas with one another and talk and just go out, right? And a lot of these conferences too will have food, and just some of the places like Morocco serves amazing desserts, right? And so it's kind of like really nice. And so it's just nice. I mean, to me, I can't say enough about the joy of uh, meeting people face to face, talking, all of these things. So anyway, so that's where things are. But just wanted to tell you too, where I've been, right? So I was actually first I was in I'd say, right, the last time I found out when I uh, was streaming, and that was, I think it was before the Chicago conference. And of course, you see me behind me, this image is actually from Chicago, on the State Street, the busy street there. And so it was great too. It was about 300 people. Not sure if you want to see some pictures. Maybe let me put some pictures out. Why not, right? And it will be good to kind of share. Let me know. And oh, wait a minute, somebody's saying something. Bunker tour. Happy Pulsar holidays. Thank you. Who are you? You gotta like tell me who you are to Pulsar. Do you work with Pulsar? Is that right? So and but thank you so much. I do appreciate it. It's always good to see folks, saying hello too. So thank you so much. And yeah, review yourself. I think that would be great, right? Or if you want to join me, let me know. Let me send you the link. You can come, and join me too, rather than just me talking, right? Sometimes it feels funny. It's like a monologue. I'm just talking to myself and like that. So anyway, yeah, I was gonna say, okay, let me share some pictures with you. It might be good. How about that for my album? Okay, all right. Let me do this one thing. Hold on a second. Let me get my album ready, and then I'll just share it on my screen, and then shrink myself so I don't spend too much time over here. Oh, and of course, the thing is too. Well, let me see. I have my Google album, so all of my pictures. I have Android phone, so everything's automatically uploaded there. I think it might be good, right, to share with you. So let me do this one thing. Now you see behind me, right, my album, and let me do this one thing. Explore. What is it? No, it's here. All right, then let me start with as I mentioned to you. Yeah, I've been to so many places and took so many pictures. It's just amazing. I think the last time it was maybe just a couple of these. How about that? Over here, right? Can you see? Let me shrink myself too. I haven't done that yet. So let me shrink myself. And how do I shrink myself? It's funny too. I haven't been streaming, and then all of a sudden I realized that okay, I am not very remembering some of these things. So okay, let me do this one thing. Let me kind of Okay, here we go. I think that this is a better one. Okay, so here we go. So this one, right? I believe that the last time I streamed was like back in September, JCon, in Chicago, right before that. So let me start from there. So there was this deep dish uh, Java. So again, over here too, you see this guy, right? He is the Justin. Justin is the developer advocacy or technical, one of the technical leads, right, in at Gradle. So if you work with Java, Gradle build tools, and he's the guy. And of course, too, this one is Steve Poole. So he's like with Sonatype now. He used to be at IBM, then Red Hat, and now at Sonatype. So also developer advocacy. So they did what they call like a Fuji Day, right? So folks, if you still remember, Fuji is the online kind of Java community. Is a lot of great materials. And in fact, let me share that with you. Why don't I share with you too? Let me do this one thing, right? Let me kind of shrink it up first. Fuji, let me do this. Let me kind of share that. Okay, why is it so slow? Let me go. Okay. So let's do this. So Fuji, right? And like I said, I this is the place where you can also submit your articles. You can join that, and it's let me kind of okay. And so friends of Open JDK. I know I kind of tend to talk more about Java. I mean, because that's just what I've been working on. And I know too, I mean, let me know too, in the chat, whatever, what your thoughts are, right, about Java. I'm just assuming not everybody comes from the Java background. So hold on a second. Cookie setting. I don't like these things. Okay. Let me kind of just confirm my choice. Okay. So I kind of get rid of that. And here. So, okay, so Fuji, like I said, if you are involved with Java, if you are not familiar with this already, this is the site, right? That I think you should kind of get involved or contribute articles, or if not, look up articles and all kinds of things too. It's just been a very nice site, and also they sponsor a lot of things, and it's actually behind the scenes is Azul, the JVM company that's largely sponsoring them too behind the scenes. So all of us in the Java community are supporting it, and I'm actually also a contributor. I will be posting some articles there pretty soon, and I just haven't got time, and that's the thing, right? Okay, if you go to view our articles, it's interesting too, they are still having me as the featured author. So thank you again to Jürgen. He's like so nice. So which means I need to contribute articles. and which I will. So, okay, so that's that. So, Fujay, it's something I wanted to share with you. But let's go back to some pictures too. How about that? Not all of it, but maybe just some of it, right? So it won't bore you here. Okay, so here we go. Okay, here we go. So there are also a bunch of these pictures as you can see, right? So if you want to take a look, it's great too. We got IBM, Gradle, Azul, Payara, all these like sponsoring. But just think of how nice it is, right? You go to conferences, and this is Vincent. Vincent from the Atlanta Java Users Group, DevNexus organizer with Pratik, right? And they are here. They are the ones that one of the organizers, right? Okay, so Pratik is here. So in fact, I also did some, and this is our beloved. Well, okay, so Pratik first. Pratik, of course, is also Atlanta Java Users Group. He and I used to work together at IBM, developer advocacy, and then now he's at Azul. He's the VP of developer advocacy there. And here they did like a Fujay day, so it's kind of Fujay sponsor. It's kind of just like regular conference too. It's just a lot of things, more kind of focus on the JVM topics, because the conference itself, even though it's Java, there were actually topics on big data and other aspects, right? JavaScript too, and I think there is also maybe Rust too, something. So anyway, this is funny too. Like sometimes, and that's the thing, if you're interested in becoming a speaker, right, wanting to submit kind of talks, right? Let's kind of keep moving. So this is a Venkat, right? So if you want to do that, sometimes don't feel like you need to be expert. That's something I want to encourage everyone. If you kind of have this calling, so to speak, right? You want to share. Essentially, conferences are places where we share with one another knowledge, right? Things that you are more familiar with, you want to share. That's the idea. So the thing is too, you feel, okay, I'm not expert, don't worry about it, because there are also different levels of topics, right? So sometimes two topics can be entry kind of beginner level, because as such, if you think about it, right, the world has so many things that we need to learn, believe me, right? We know it, right? So many things and so many aspects of things, and within computers too is like more than just 100,000. There's kind of trillions of different topics you can think of. So what are the chances of like a lot of people working on what you're working on? And that's actually not that many. I mean, you may think so. It's because you are maybe working with an organization, you are working on the same thing, then all of you, even if it's hundreds of people, and that's all maybe you have, there are hundreds of people on that. And among the number of people in this world, how many billion, right? And so many people don't know. So just kind of always think of the fact that you are always expert in what you do because you spend a lot of time on it. You have thought about it carefully. You implement something. And of course, we know it. If we implement something, we know that by heart, right? So you become the expert. So if you have the urge, if you have the calling, feel free to submit proposals to conferences. Yeah, I know sometimes, may not get in, but don't get discouraged, because guess what? Committee people are human beings and they don't know everything. And sometimes they are selecting something without maybe, or deselecting something, maybe they just don't know enough about some subject area. So the point I'm trying to make is that do not get discouraged. If you have the will, right? And you have the will, something will happen, right? So just keep trying. There are other conferences perhaps that are more familiar with what you are trying to say, and you will be selected. Just if you have a will, there's always a way. So just don't give up is what I'm trying to say. Okay. That's conferences. We have more of NCAT, and I took a bunch of them. And now there are some of these, conferences. This one, by the way, John, he's the Chicago Kotlin users group lead. Great guy too. Like we are kind of friends, right? Because all the community people. That's another thing I want to kind of kind of encourage everybody is just be friends. And it's great to get to know other communities. Myself go to conferences, I sit in and listen to things that I don't know. I would not know a thing about, for example, right? So for example, what did I go to? I think I went to accessibility talk too. And that's such an important topic, right? And let's say if every day you're doing something, you aren't paying attention to what's also important out there. So that's the point of going to conferences. You go to some sessions that you are completely new to it, and then listen on it, right? So that's why too I'm saying, if you have some idea you want to present, you feel the urge, apply. There will always be somebody new that wanting to come in and understand some introductory materials. And there you are, you can be presenting those. So this is a great place to do that. But anyway, John is here to talk about some plugins. I forgot what he talked about, but okay, so that's John. Oh, I already did this. Okay, so John, many pictures of John. I didn't even know. And then there are also this one. Where is it? I can't remember. Oh, this might be my presentation with Aaron. Yeah, that's right. And so this is mine. So this is Aaron, my colleague at DataStax, and he's the Cassandra expert, right? So he did a great thing with a e-commerce example, and we also use Pulsar too. And I know somebody's teasing me, right? About Pulsar, you are right. So that's where we presented that e-commerce use case, and we were using Cassandra for the, to organize all the data, no SQL, right? And then an order entry, a simple, very simple order entry system. So we use Pulsar there to be, the ones that, you place an order and the messaging part. So that's why me and him, we did this presentation. It was really fun, actually. If you like, I don't think it's got recorded, or maybe it is, but I need to kind of find out too from Pratik, essentially. So here we are, right? Pratik is here. And then this is our previous Chicago Java Users Group, Freddie, previous president. And then this is Bob here. Bob's been really busy, so he hasn't been helping out as much. And then this is Brian Benz from Microsoft. So yeah. So anyway, so this is a lot of fun. So please do consider going to conferences. And let me see. So this is again, right? This conference in Chicago. It's great time. And of course, there are many things. And of course, if it's this one is the true Pulsar expert from Stream Native. So not sure if Bunker Tor, do you know him? So, or are you Tim, in disguise? But anyway, this is Tim. So we're good friends now. He works at different companies, but he also, his company Stream Native is the ones that's actually, they are the original Yahoo engineering team. They started Stream Native and they are working on Pulsar. And right now, DataStax too, we have PMC on the Apache Pulsar project too. So that's with Tim. All right, so let me kind of go back, and I like to go to churches. So that's what I did. I visit some of the churches. This one is in Chicago, so won't kind of spend as much time because maybe not everybody is interested in that. Okay, so I took a tons of pictures, right, with this JCon, but I wanted to show you a picture of Shar. So if you're familiar with the Java program, my community program, he's the director, Sharad Chender. Yeah. So anyway, so he was there to give a little closing speech too, which was very nice. So, okay. So that's that. And then after that, I was in, over here is, Morocco. So yeah, I got there. Like I said, the venue was right by the beach, or by the ocean, I should say, the Atlantic Ocean. If you look up Agadir, that's a place apparently very famous for people going surfing, big waves too. It's not right here, but it's a little bit north of it. Or, in fact, this place exactly is called Tagazout. And Tagazout is like a popular place for surfers to go because it's got big waves. But we stay at the hotel, not where the waves are. So normally are. So okay, so that's that. Okay, just wanted to show, and then this is this one is the DevOps Morocco, and if you ever get to go, yeah, Hendra, you're from Malaysia, right? Are you Hendra from Malaysia? Thank you. Yes, it is beautiful, Hendra. If you're the one from Malaysia, I know Malaysia also got beautiful beaches too. So anyway, so I just thought I'd share, right? And I'm not gonna take up all the space. We're supposed to talk about technical stuff, right? Oh, Hendra, great. Thank you so much. So, okay, so here are some of these things, but just wanted to share with you one thing. So this was like, I took this picture right before the opening keynote, but looking over here, right? If I zoom in, see all these musicians, they are like traditional Moroccan musicians. So they were playing their music, which was very nice. I otherwise never heard of it before. That was very interesting, right? Their instruments, everything. And then over here is like a ministry of their IT, from the whole country, because, Morocco, right? They are trying to open up to learn, to get caught up with a lot of IT stuff. They're modernizing all of their IT infrastructure. So the king, in fact, over here, I think this guy is blocking the picture, but the photographer here is actually the picture of their, like over here, like I'm trying to say, okay. He's blocking, but let me take a look. Maybe the other one might give you a better. Yeah, see over here, right? If you kind of look, this picture. So this is picture of their king of Morocco. Why is he there? Because he actually is a patron. He's kind of openly supporting that conference. Isn't it amazing? Because all of us, right, speakers, we arrived in Agadir Airport, which is not a very big airport. And then they have different lines. You go through your passport checking, right, and custom. And guess what? And when we got out, and they already have folks, from their organization was asking, "Are you speakers?" So there were like about 10 or 12 of us, and then they said, "Come over here." So they opened up a custom line just for us. Because why? Because the king was sponsoring the conference. He wanted to make sure that speakers get quick service rather than waiting in line. So that was amazing. I've never been in a country where you get off the plane, you're like essentially on red carpet. So that was a really fun thing to do. But anyway, I just thought I'd share, right? So this is kind of nice too. All the food too. For example, this is the Moroccan dessert I was telling you. I was just like, oh my gosh, so nice. They have it like afternoon tea kind of thing. So, and I'm sure your country, wherever you are, you would have that too. And this is essentially the hotel venue right by that ocean, and that's where we stay at the hotel at the side there. But there are also rooms, but they also have a conference center. So that was very nice, and you can sit outside. So that's a nice thing. And of course, if you're based in North America, you know that when it comes time like October, September. Well, September is okay, October maybe, but it will times it's gonna get harder. You can't sit outside because it's too cold. But over there, it was still very nice and warm. You can just wear your t-shirts and everything. So, and I'm sure too, Hendra in Malaysia, you are warm year round. I'm jealous. So anyway, but okay, one of these days, Hendra, I have to look for a conference to go to your country too. Okay, so these are the folks, right? This one actually, he's the Faisal is one of the main organizer, and then also Mohammed here. He's also a helper organizer, but he works for Spotify. Mohammed, and he actually is nice. He lives in Stockholm now, working for Spotify, but he's originally from Morocco. So whenever they have this conference, Mohammed would go home and help them too. So that was very nice seeing him. And this is a speaker from Romania. He's also a Google developer expert, the GDE too. But he also spoke there, and he's more into AI and machine learning. So if you need something like that, I can introduce you. What is his name? Martin. Martin is his name. So okay. All right, so there's just a bunch of these, and if you know Java, right? This is Octavia. So Octavia is also a Java champion, so he was there too. So that was very nice. And this one behind me, Red Hat. Actually, he doesn't work for Red Hat. He's the JRuby person, Charlie Nutter. So he's really an expert. He knows JVM very deep. So if you want something, you need something, you want him to speak at Chicago Java Users Group, I can invite him too. He actually was showing that he's interested, and he's also the leader for JRuby, right? So that's the Ruby that's running on JVM, that project. So okay, so it's really cool. Sometimes I meet a lot of nice people. So then we had like a couple things. We kind of had they actually invited us for afterwards. We had like a 2 days stay at the resort too. And this is Melissa from JFrog. She's also a developer advocate. If you've seen her, she's also on some of the JFrog, kind of recording or webinars or all kinds of presentations. So we both share one of these bungalows too. That was very nice. And they treated us there. This is like a small model. So this is like a bungalow. There are 2 bedrooms and we share one. So 2 speakers share one. That was just very nice. A very nice stay over the weekend. And for me, it's like before I go to, and I went to some churches too. And I got to, guess what? Belgium. So that's DevOps Belgium. I think I told some of you DevOps Belgium is amazing too. So anyway, arrived in Antwerp, is actually took a whole day. Some of us were also spoke at Morocco and then going to Belgium. So we had to get up like at 5 in the morning and then got going by 6. We were on the way to the airport for an early flight. And then we changed flight in Casablanca, from Casablanca, wait, and then finally get to Antwerp because we got off the plane from Casablanca. Okay, first Agadir to Casablanca. So this is a short flight. From Casablanca, we waited a little bit. From there, we went to Brussels. And then from Brussels, we took a train. So as you can see, by the time we got in, that was already evening time, still a little bright, but it's like, I think it was 5:30 or 6, and before summertime, right? Or before wintertime switch. So it's still a little bright, but then it became dark pretty soon too. But anyway, this is just a beautiful, beautiful old style, right? If you can see, Antwerpen, it's called, right? Is their train station. So if you ever get to go, yeah, I'm sure you will visit that, and it's really convenient. All the trains in Europe, as you know. So okay, so these are all the things, and then this is DevOps Belgium, and this is Cedric, who's my colleague, and he leads the Cassandra developer advocacy. So he did a talk on a Java developer journey into Apache Cassandra. So folks, let me know if you want to learn more about Cassandra. I can invite, and of course, I had Cedric here too in my previous episode, but he talked more about Astra, the CLI tool that he develops for talking, right, on command line talking with Cassandra in the cloud, which is our DataStax managed cloud Astra platform. So, anyway, so he did the talk. I went and support him, and that's that. And then we also have, you might know Alina. She's the Grau VM expert developer advocate, and she did a great talk too. And so she was having some issues. So I think so somebody was helping her. I remember it took a while for her to get all the technical issues solved. I went into her talk, and then I have also finally meeting Frank. And Frank, if you joined me last year, I had not just last year. Frank, okay, he is the expert on Java and the MQTT Raspberry Pi, right? IoT. So he's really great guy. Really enjoy meeting him. But then I told him, I said I didn't know he was that tall. Look at, I'm like about 5'5", 5'5", so it's like 1.65, and he's this tall guy. But anyway, it was funny because talking with him, his face is kind of a little bit slender. So I thought, he would be still tall, but not like very tall kind of thing. I think he's probably like 6 foot, yeah, 6 foot or something. But anyway, so Frank, and then also this one is Helen from IntelliJ from JetBrains. She's one of the JetBrains developer advocate for IdeaConf, for the Java IDE side. So she's great too. And then I had my talk with Startree with Corinne, and so Corinne and I did one on Apache Pulsar and Apache Pinot. As you can see, right, it's a theater, movie theater. So this is like before we started it. So there's just people sitting down. We were saying, let's take a selfie. So that's what happened. Okay, and then I got a chance to bump into Dr. Vancat. That was just amazing. I just like him so much. He's just, somebody that I respect so much. And if you are interested, right, we are going, if you're based in Chicago, we are going to have Dr. Vancat visit us in for sure 2023. But it's just right now he's so busy, so he's trying to find a time that he can actually do it. So that's with him. But we already also have other speakers, and also even if he's physically going to be here, we will be able to live stream it, as you can see, right, in our Chicago Java Users Group YouTube channel. We actually, my helper here, he's great, Che. He's been working on things, and he upgraded his equipment to actually being able to do live stream, and it's high quality too. So if you want to visit, I'll give you the link. We are starting to be able to live stream in a very good format, because earlier when we did that, it wasn't so good, and it just took us a while to get that all sorted out. So that's that. Okay. And then we have a whole bunch of stuff. And then here too. Okay, well, let me go over here. Oh, this one, guys, you will love that. And who is he? But James Gosling, right? He is the father of Java. I myself was like beyond, kind of excited, because it was just such a privilege I felt to be able to, be at a live presentation that he was doing. And he presented a topic on IoT, but he was great. For me, may not be as, urged or kind of directly related to what I do, but it was just great, to hear him talk. And I think he's still with Amazon, maybe. Anyway, yeah. So that was real great. And also about him too, he was also he doesn't have any attitude issue, right? I mean, just think of, oh my gosh, this is living legend. But he was very, very nice, very nice. And so what happened was that I then asked him, right, and this is him. So I asked him, yeah, so that was very good. And oh, I didn't even know, remember. So he was talking. Okay. So I asked him some questions and also took a picture with him. So this was like, I pinned it to my Twitter now. That was just, to me, that was beyond, I thought I was in a dream. It was really great. And also too, because he's just being so kind too, that really helps. It's like not a bit of any arrogance, much like Dr. Vancat too. He's also very, very kind and very open to you when you talk to them. I call these real legends, living legends. Now the thing is interesting, folks, if you came from the time when Free Software Foundation was coming up, so maybe some of you already know who I'm talking about. So Richard Stalling, right? So he actually is the guy that started the whole Free Software Foundation in 1980s or 90s, right? That time frame. So GNU Emacs, right? GNU, all of the GNU stuff. So he kind of play a major role. Don't get me wrong. I think he did a great work in terms of kind of fighting for more like open source, free software type of thing. But apparently, this guy, from me going to different conferences, talking with other speakers, and my own personal experience, because he got invited by the C++ users group to Chicago. That was back in that was I think that was at least 10 to 12 years ago. And so I was excited too. Sometimes too you felt like, oh wow, these people are quite amazing with their contributions, and you really affected the whole what you call like people, the industry, like how it is kind of influential people, let's put it that way. And so I was like excited, and people were lining up to get a signature from him. And then when it came to time, I spoke with him. I say hello. He would not even look me into the eyes. And then I was very surprised, right? It actually left a dent in my impression of him, but I wasn't sure then. Then it was later when I got to talking with some of these speakers, and they were all like, no, he's just not a respectable person. Why? Because he's first, very discriminatory, unfortunately, right? He has certain high standards of himself. In other words, he's quite self-centered. He thought of himself as the center of the world. He would not talk to people that he consider lesser somehow. He would not talk to women. He would think that women were not capable, and and it's just not just for women, right? It's just in general, just he just carried with him a sense of disrespect, towards people that he deemed less important in this world. So that really hit me hard, and I'm like, my gosh. And then of course too, he also had some personal issues too, right? Some of these things that was just kind of odd, and which I won't talk about now, but if you're interested, we can have a chat too later. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that, it's just amazing. I think it's extra amazing when I can be talking to living legends and be so kind of welcome, right, when you talk with them. And I didn't have a chance to talk to James as much, but it's just the fact that just talking with him, shaking hands and just saying a few words, and that was very impressive. So yeah, so anyway, so that was that. And I wanted to say to what other things, right? And I have all of these things, but okay. So now then I came back home. And then and of course, App Boy, this is App Boy's house, and App Boy also came here. I don't know if he's here today, but he's also does live streaming. He actually, when we met, when he first joined my stream, he was living in New York City, and then I didn't realize, right? And I was in New York City, right? Or what was it? Or something. So when I told him, he said, I moved to Indianapolis. And I said, oh, that's actually very close to me. And then I got a chance to go to this conference called Indie Code in Indianapolis, or outside of it, right, called Carmel. And he lived very close to that. So he came to my talk in Indie Code. And then not only that, after that too, he said, oh, he wanted to get home, and his daughter was waiting. So I said, well, let me give you a ride home. So I got up to his house and we bought donuts, and that was very nice. But I got a chance to say hi to his daughter as well. So that was very nice. So that was nice. And let me kind of give you, okay, so from Indianapolis, I didn't even take pictures. I cannot believe it. Okay, so and this one is just the indie code thing. So I didn't actually take pictures of myself. I can't believe it. But this is, again, this you might know, Royce. I mean, Guy Royce, right? He's also a streamer. So I invited him before. He also came to mind, and he's a Redis, right, the caching, so he's specializing in that, but he's got some very interesting talks on intercepting airplane signal and then capturing them, and had some like samples working with Redis caching too, so that's very nice. And then this guy is Microsoft MVP. So what is his name? He's Dwayne Newman, I think. Yeah. So anyway, so see, I just love meeting people from other communities too. So okay, so I think oh, this one. So then the next thing was that I we went to Cincinnati. So Hard Rock Cafe, they have a conference center. That's where they held a conference called Momentum, and that's also very much like a very, what you call, like a community strong kind of flavor to it, and there are all kinds, right? And here Matt, I met him. He's a machine learning specialist, Microsoft MVP, and all these. And he did a very fun talk on, using AI to analyze, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? And that was really fun. I like I said, I went there and I learned something about machine learning, all of these things, and I took a few of his pictures. And in fact, he liked this picture so much that he said he's using that picture as his website, or maybe Twitter like backdrop too. So anyway, I was teasing him, then I would have to charge him money for that. But anyway, of course not. But he's a good friend now. So okay, so that's that. And then and this one is funny too, right? Isn't it? A guy, before his talk, he did the tracking aircraft, right? That's intercepting airplane signals. So he was waving, testing his antenna too. So that was very interesting. I took a picture of him and I said, I think sighting of Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. So that's what I said. So anyway, it's really fun. He's a great guy. If you ever get to meet him, do go chat with him. He's wonderful. Okay, and then there's also another talk by this gentleman, Jeremy, I think. Sometimes I cannot remember people's name, but he also gave a very good talk too. Was kind of more about, as you can see, right? He's basically talking like a topic, right? That was, I thought, was interesting, because the topic was more about, and not like exactly like coding demo, but because he has experience working with a variety of languages, right? Java included, JavaScript, Python, all kinds. He's quite versatile, a polyglot guy, but he was just kind of sharing, the idea, of programming. I now actually forgot exactly the theme. I have to kind of look back. But like I said, sometimes I go to all of these things, but the idea is that sometimes you go to conferences, you learn so many things, but I think one thing is sure is that our minds will be expanded after sitting through some of these conferences, listening to people's different opinions, right? Being open to it. So anyway, that's that. And then nighttime too, then the organizers took us to this amazing, if you are in Cincinnati, if you are into those speakeasy, bar lounge kind of hidden, this one you must go if you're in Cincinnati. It's underground, and if you're in the US, right, you're familiar with the prohibition era, right? At that time, right, early 1900s, or like around that time frame, right? And not too early, I think. Anyways, 1900s, right? And so 20th century. And as you know, there's prohibition era. If you look that up, right, it's basically not legal, right, to sell like alcohol, all of these things, right? And I think I forgot exactly. Was it during the Depression era? Somebody can update me to it. My history sometimes I don't remember exactly, but anyway, it was prohibition era. So what happened was that then they have underground, right? Places where they actually had bars and had alcohol, all of these things, kind of alcoholic drinks. And so this was one of those like underground, like 4 stories underground, and they were producing alcohols. And as you can see, right, the walls are kind of old, and it's like a tunnel that they were producing alcohol illegally in there. So now, of course, times have passed, and then they actually this restaurant or bar, right, they converted it and then make it into a speakeasy bar. So they have like nice music played, and it's called Ghost Baby. It's pretty amazing. I think if you like those kind of things, you can also give that a try. Go there, look them up too. But you have to have advance reservation too. So that's that. And then okay, then the next thing I went to was Detroit. Guess what? And then over here, let's go and take a look. This is KubeCon, Cloud Native KubeCon. So now I didn't actually speak at KubeCon or went there. The reason is that I actually had to go to another conference, which I'll show you after that. But otherwise, too, KubeCon, I was there because they had a lot of co-located events, right? If you're familiar with their format, open source summit and all of these Linux Foundation, they run these humongous conferences with at least 30,000 people every time, right? So KubeCon is, I think, it's also like 50,000 something, right? It's kind of humongous number of people, and so they took place in Detroit, a big convention center called Huntington Place. And there are lots of co-located events, of which one of which was called Reactive Summit. So they focus on reactive related kind of technology. Now, I'm working on event streaming, event driven. It's actually a lot of kind of a close association. But I was spending some time on drafting up and then also then presented a keynote because they asked me to do a keynote. Then I thought it might be good to kind of talk about and address if there are any differences or similarities between event driven, event kind of related technologies and reactive. So that's my talk about. And so I did the presentation at the Reactive Summit. Plus, I also talked about Apache Pulsar and Apache Pinot, a talk that I was supposed to, kind of co-present with Startree, but the Startree person, Corinne, couldn't be there, so I did it her part too. So I did that talk plus my keynote. So anyway, so I was at KubeCon, so that's why I was there. And then this is Daniel O. I invited Daniel O before too when we were at DevOps Poland, if you remember. So he works for Red Hat, and he, being a Red Hat like OpenShift specialist, so KubeCon is his thing. So that was very nice. I ran into him. That was just very nice. So we did that, and what else? Okay. And then over here too is our DataStax, DataStax booth, but it was still being set up at that point. I was able to get in, and this is Christopher Bradford. He's our Cassandra, Kubernetes Cassandra called Cassandra, is a product of DataStax, right? Cassandra on Kubernetes. So he's the product manager for that. So he was there at the day of setting things up. So I took a picture with him because nobody else was there. So I was there. And anyway, that's that. Oh, this is the Reactive Summit stage, and this one is Hugh McKee. He's a developer advocate at Lightbend, so the company that does Akka, right? So he's still there, and he did a talk too on software, I think abstraction. He said, "Oh, frozen data lake." He's using an order entry. What? Oh, okay. So this is Jonas Bonner. He's the CEO of Akka. So they changed name to Calyx, just so you know, right? So he also did a keynote, and I did my keynote too, but I didn't take a picture of myself. But and then I think Hugh talked about like unfrozen data lakes, something like that, data that isn't frozen kind of thing. So it's essentially for data pipelines and reactive. So that was very nice too. And he used like an order entry shopping cart to illustrate that. Yep, so that's just more. And if you're interested too, he has order processing Java demo and then using Akka too. So, okay. So that's it. And why am I doing like that? Okay. Oh, okay. Now, okay, here we go. All right, then. And this is I'm sitting in here. Oh, this one too. I think they took a picture of me before I started my talk. And so quite a few people came to my talk as well. This is a picture I took with Hugh Lightband right afterwards. So yeah, that was my keynote. So, okay, then the next thing was I couldn't stay because I had to go to Poland. So if you are familiar, this is Krakow. How beautiful! And they actually invited me there. So then they also booked a hotel. That was an old-fashioned European hotel. But the nice thing, at first I said, "Oh, this is kind of old-fashioned, right?" And, which is okay, right? Kind of small and tight. But the thing is amazing. When I walk in, I said, "Oh my gosh, this is facing their Favo Castle, which is a popular kind of almost seems like an icon of Krakow because it's an old castle from the old days. So they have some queens and kings buried there too. So beautiful, and they also have. Wait a minute. I think when I took this picture, let me see it. Oh, I can't see her. But there's like a dragon, right? So this time I didn't go over there, but otherwise they have a dragon that would spit fire every 30 minutes, something like that. So if you walk by at the right time, you can see the dragon. I think if this yellow thing is where it is that is spitting fires, is really interesting. It's based on a legend of this dragon too. So anyway, so that was outside from my hotel room. So that was nice. So that I just thought I'd share, right? And this is like if you walk up Krakow, this is how beautiful the church, St. Mary's Cathedral, Basilica. So, and also the cloth hall is called. And then you have, very European town square, which I love a lot. If you like that, it's just great place. There are like restaurants that you can sit outside, and it wasn't very cold then, and so we were able to go outside. And I walk up to the square that evening when I got there. I was there very short time, only 2 days, and spent a whole day at conferences. Next morning I had to leave. So the first day when I got there was already evening. So that's when I took that picture at the hotel, and I said, "Oh, I gotta walk over to the square." So I walk over. It's about a 20-minute walk from across the river. So it's real beautiful. So let me see. Oh, this is the inside the church. So I went inside the church too, which is really beautiful and just old and everything. So if you like that, right? Okay. So that's that. And then I was then at this conference called Bite My Code, right? And it's run by UBS, the company called UBS that organizes it. And we have myself, and they're a smaller one. So one track conference, only 8 speakers, and we all came from different countries. Oh, actually, no, I should say Mikhail. Mikhail over here is based in Poland, and here Slovak Sobetka. He's also based in Poland, and then Kuba. It's actually Jakub Pillman. Yeah, well, I'm trying to. If you're a Polish person, forgive me if I don't say the name correctly, but I also met him there. He works for VMware. So the Pivotal, the previous Pivotal with Josh Long, he's on the same team. And then we also have Sebastian Daschner, Adam Ban, and Nikolai, who's Adam and Nikolai are based in, even like Sebastian, based in Germany. So they are Java champions too. And then Mohammed, also Java champion. Mohammed is in Serbia now, but he's originally from Egypt. So that was very nice. A small one. It was just very compact and just full of really great conversations, right? I'm meeting all these people. Mohammed doing the talk, and I also did mine. He actually tweeted about me, but I didn't save that picture, and I have yet to do it. So, and then Adam Band. Okay, so that's that. And then after that, we went to this one is, guess what? There's like an open source table. That's the All Things Open in Raleigh, North Carolina. So then immediately I came back and I went to North Carolina for All Things Open. As you can see, I play some post stickers. You can share your stickers. It's a great conference if you ever get to go. If you're in US, right, it's easier to get to Raleigh. It's easily accessible, right? It's the Research Triangle, right, park in the North Carolina, the state. So anyway, so I wanted to share with this, and then this is just this show the map. It's also a huge conference, and got a very open source flavor to it. All kinds of topics, not just Java. Java is only a small portion, and then there's .NET people, C++, C Sharp, JavaScript, web stuff, all kinds, all kinds, all kinds. It's a really good vibe to it too. I think in normal times they got 4,000, 5,000 people, but I think this time I heard was roughly 3,000. So still very big in their North Carolina Raleigh Convention Center. So that's that. Yeah, this is just outside my hotel too. That was just that night. I thought was nice. Now that's where also Red Hat's headquarters. This isn't. I'm not. I wasn't facing the Red Hat side, but some other direction you can see Red Hat's headquarters in the U.S. right in Raleigh, North Carolina. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm back here. Oh, sticker table. Over here, right? Sticker table. This is where it is, right? Book signing, all of these things. It kind of just real nice. And then yeah, and then we had speakers dinner, all of these things, and then immediately then I went to, where did I go? I go to Lithuania. So that was the last place I went to, and I actually was changing. I was so lucky, but this one, just a quick thing. I was changing flight in from Chicago to Charles de Gaulle, the France Paris airport, and then I had an 8-hour layover. So what do I do? And I found this quiet spot. So I was doing my work there. See all my stuff. I was doing. I worked there for the day, and then waited for my flight in the evening at 5. So I got there at 10, and then work until all going to custom. Then I was just there. So just so give you a sense of what it is like. Okay, so and then I got to here. This is Lithuania, And this is very nice. We stay at this hotel, the tall building called Radisson Blue. So it was just a lot of walking, which I enjoy a lot going to Europe. Isn't it nice? We can kind of walk, and then I took a walk too because it's so easy to walk around. And if you know, right, this is like streets like that, and this actually is called the Shrine. It's a Catholic shrine of Divine Mercy. So I really, I'm a devotee to that. So I visited that. I mean, if you ever go, very peaceful, right? And this is another church down the street. There's a Dominican old church, a lot of old churches. It's just amazing, and that's what I like to spend my time. And this one is the famous St. Anne's Church, and also behind it is St. Francis Church, and then they have the bell tower of these kind of old infrastructure. And this St. Anne's Church, actually Napoleon visited that too, from what I was told. Very kind of authentic source from somebody who is Lithuanian telling me that. So it's really a famous church, St. Anne's Church. So, and again, this one is basically inside, the Shrine of Divine Mercy I was telling you. So that's where I was. I actually went to mass, if you know what that is. So I always like to do that. That's all I had time for. And then after that too, all these things, my talk too, I was doing my talk there, and my host, Stacy, she is a speaker too from I think she's working for Microsoft. I can't remember, but she's based in the UK. So yes, so she hosted me, and that was very nice. And anyway, then and then different things. Oh, and folks, if and who's trying to talk with me, somebody, no, not me. Okay, so this one too is at the Lithuania build stuff, right? And this is Dylan Beatty. Now guys, if you're in Europe, you probably know him. He's very famous in UK. If you look up his Twitter profile, and I think he's got one of the kind of 100K people, something like that, in that range, following him. But he also was a rock star before, so very interesting, right? But he talks mostly on JavaScript type of thing, type of thing. But just wanted to show you. So then after, there's an after party. So see, this is Dylan singing. So they invited Dylan to do the after party. So after conference, see, yeah, Dylan's singing. So he was doing a lot of parody, doing the songs, and he put in, for example, he said, I did all the work and I shared the proof, stuff like that. He changes the wording, right, to match with programming. That was real fun. So they had this after party. So I went there last day, kind of like that. So yeah, so that's it. And then I was sharing with this because this was just a beautiful picture. I didn't take it, but it's actually a one of the fellow speaker. He is a Croatian person, and in fact, I invited him to come to my Twitch stream. He said he would come, and one of these coming weeks too, and I will let you know. And he's more of a front end developer. He works more with web infrastructure, so he's more familiar with JavaScript. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that he takes his fancy camera. He was taking picture, and he shares this picture, and I thought was really nice. It shows this is the old, the church near our hotel Radisson. So that's how I kind of go by it when I go for walk, down to the old town within 25 minutes, walking. It's kind of a small area, but you can see a lot of things, old stuff and new stuff. So, okay, so with that, I think I've kind of talked enough. It's mostly a talk thing, right? And would anybody like to say anything, or or share with me, or wanting me to tell you more stuff? I was just mostly get caught up Thanksgiving syncing up. And do you have anything you want to want to kind of me to talk about? Oops, okay. And I can talk too, so wait, let me, I'm kind of like, my cursor is in the wrong spot for some reason. I can't get it out of here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let me see. I think, let me kind of do this. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions, or if you want to join for a few seconds. And Aaron, hello, how are you? Aaron, I have to tell you, I'm not too prepared. And since it's before holidays, so I've been just mostly sharing with the audience. Oh, so you were there too. Thank you, Aaron. That was you. So I just thought of, before holiday, rather than, kind of, kind of like doing anything too serious. Nobody's going to sit down and do programming. So let me share with, folks where I've been, and all of these things. So I hope you find it useful too. And Aaron, would you like to join me at all and come in and say a few words? And maybe advertise about Cassandra Summit. Yeah, that's another thing, right? We need to be talking about too. Let me know because I can send you. Let me send you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, hold on a second, Aaron. Let me send you the link. Okay, wait. No, actually, I'm not add. Okay, here we go. I'm adding you. So let me copy. Okay, copy and let me find my Slack, and then I will invite Aaron in. Let me look for Aaron. Aaron. Okay, I just sent it to you, Aaron. If you want to join, then I will add you in too once you come. And actually, I think I'm a little bit dark, so let me turn on the light over here too. So, okay. So yeah, so folks, if you're familiar, I think I had Aaron join me before. He's again the Cassandra expert, and again, I show you picture of him right when Aaron was in Chicago for JCon too. So once Aaron is in, then I can add him here. I hope you're able to join, and yeah, let me see. Let me make sure I'm not. Oh, here we go. I think I see. Yeah, Aaron is almost here. Wait. Maybe I'm like a little bit too early. But anyway, Aaron is gonna join pretty soon. So I'm so glad. Yeah. I didn't know you would be here. Like I said, I figure okay, before holidays, let me kind of do it, kind of yeah, here we go. I think he's coming now. So yeah. Let me kind of switch back to the Chicago and then have the backdrop with the Lithuania backdrop and yeah. Oh, that's funny. Let me see. Let me see if Aaron is saying anything, just in case, right? Sometimes, yeah, not yet. So okay, huh? There might be some kind of delay. Let me hide. Okay, let me show again. Okay. All right, we just have to be a little bit patient. But again, folks, if you just joined, right? Aaron is our Cassandra in-house expert here, and yeah, just for some reason, right? Still trying to connect, I guess. And but sometimes it's just funny, right, with technology. So Aaron is based in Minnesota. So it's amazing. I always thought, oh, so Aaron said he's having some trouble connecting. Yeah, it looks like maybe you are connected, but maybe somehow, hmm, that's strange. I wonder. Let me see if there's anything. Yeah, there's nothing I need to do. I can, I can, I can hide you on the stream, and then I don't think it will make a difference. So let me do that again, and then let's see. So Aaron, so basically like hide you right as I it says hide you on the stream, and I don't think that would matter because once I show you, it's just yeah maybe it's some connection on from your side must be, but anyway. So but in the meantime too, I know I was like talking to Aaron about this right this one here, and while Aaron's getting ready, let me do this one thing because we talk about okay, here we go. We'll do Cassandra Summit. I just thought, yeah, it's actually I should talk about it more. I just been forgetting. So Linux Foundation, right? Okay, we can do that. So over here too is just there's a Cassandra Summit returns, right? So let me Let me do that. But while Aaron, don't worry. You take your time, and I'm still here. So just wanted to share to folks if you're interested, right, in Cassandra Summit, attending or even speaking there. Right now, the call for proposals is open, and it's open until I believe like December. Okay, so the conference is March 13 to 14, right over here, and pre-training, pre-event training, and activities will be on March 12th. And let me see if actually it says show Aaron on stream. Okay, so looks like Aaron, you're still having some issue with the audio video. So take your time. Once I see you, then oops. Okay, maybe he's gonna retry. So okay, no problem. But in the meantime, Aaron, I'm take your time. I'm waiting. I can just show folks, right? Cassandra Summit, and if you're interested, right, over here. Let me see, Cassandra Summit. Here we go. This is the one. So let me do this one thing. Yep. Okay. Register here. Okay, so it looks like Aaron is still can't get in. Oh yeah. Okay, so let me count. Let me tell him. Yeah, if Aaron, if you want to uh, try to fix that and join again, that will be fine too. Okay, I can wait for you. Yeah, if you want. But otherwise, too, I was gonna say, all I was thinking was just sharing information about Cassandra Summit right now. So March 13th to 14th will be in San Jose, California. Now, if you can't be there, you can always join virtually too. And I think even speakers too. I think let's see. Speakers, I wonder if you can submit it and be a virtual speaker. So if you can't be there in person, you can still submit it too. Let me take a look. All right, so important notes, maybe that's where it is. Okay, and let me see if Aaron says anything. Not sure what's going on. Melon doesn't like. Oh, so Aaron says that Melon somehow that this app that I'm using for streaming doesn't take his hardware. That is very strange because I'm also running Mac, and I haven't upgraded yet. By the way, not to Ventura yet. I'm hoping it's not because of Ventura. I haven't done it. Sometimes I'm just nervous. Some things that doesn't work, right? And it's kind of a strange thing. So hopefully that's not the case. So okay, so Aaron, do you want to give it more try, or I can wait a little bit and see what you're finding. If not, don't worry about it. We can schedule another time too. So yeah, okay. In the meantime, let me kind of still, and I see Aaron joining again. Okay, let's see if it takes your video and audio this time. But let me also kind of talk about the Cassandra dates to remember, right? Okay, so it's open. Oh, December 11th is the last day of the submission, and then schedule, right? And all of these things. And so, you center around Cassandra. It can be integration topics too, right? It doesn't have to be exactly like everything Cassandra. I'm just trying to see too. I think maybe I'm pretty sure like Linux Foundation are pretty good with their conferences because I actually will be speaking at Open Source Summit Japan. So that's also Linux Foundation, um, conference. And in Japan, I would love to go, but there are various reasons because I'm going to AWS reInvent next week, and then Open Source Summit Japan is immediately the week after. And as from for me to fly from Chicago over to Asia would take something like 14 hours. So that's a long trip. So I thought about it. It's going to be very tight, the timing. And plus also my team too, there's budget, all of these things like end of year. So I kind of check, I think I could still go, but I was thinking, well, you know what? I go there and do a 40-minute talk, and is it worth the time? And they can do virtual. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna just do it virtual. So if you're interested too, it will be on Apache Pulsar and Apache Pinot, that particular talk. And this time too, it will be based on also I have a demo too that I co-presented with Mark Needham from Startree, and he has this kind of demo that was working with Kafka as this data source. We ingest data from a Wikipedia RESTful API, getting the topics, everything. And so they do analytics on the data. So we would just feed it through to Pulsar, and Pulsar will publish it. And so Apache Pinot will subscribe to it, and then doing analysis, and then also show it and display the statistics on Streamlit, which is a Python front end tool library. So now the thing is, it used to be working with Kafka, so we got it to work with Pulsar topics. So that's what it is. So if you're interested, let me know. I can send you information, or you can search for Open Source Summit Japan too. So let me see. Yeah, it looks like we lost. I'm losing Aaron again. Let me see my cursor. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah. So can't hear. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, sorry about that, Aaron. Oh. Oh, I was hoping too Aaron could join. Oh well. So, well, don't worry. Yeah, I guess let's plan for something. Next week, I'm at AWS reInvent, so I won't be able to do any stream. But let's say the week after, maybe we can schedule something. How about that? Yeah, Aaron. So, yeah, I may actually be able to also have my other new friend, right? New like is it fellow speaker from Croatian, and he's the front end person too. Yeah, thank you so much, Aaron. Really appreciate it, and yeah, it would be nice too. But for now, I'm just gonna still tell folks, if you want to submit your proposal to, call for proposals for Cassandra Summit, March 13th to 14th. The call for proposals due date is December 11th. So you still have roughly like 2 weeks or so. So yeah, so do consider that, and let me share with you too. Let me share with you over here the information. Cassandra Summit 2223 call for proposal. Okay. Now I just shared that on the chat. Now I'm going to share one more thing, which is, see, the funny thing is, because I haven't been doing this for a while, I forgot where some of these things is. Yeah, it's so funny. Schedule, no, and chat. Okay, I have the chat and design. Okay, design is where I can add like a bubble logo. No. Well, wait. I think I did it wrong. Where is it? I can't find my thing. My the thing. But anyway, I share it on the chat. So and oh, here, Aaron, are you trying to join again? Let me see. Okay, now I see this thing. Aaron, if you can take a look, right? I can see your maybe like an icon or something. But yeah, so but I'm still here, so don't worry about it if you want to take some time. Let me also try to figure out how uh I can like make this kind of a bubble thing, right? Video, no. Oh, here we go. No, green screen, no. Text, no. Oh, banner, there we go. Add new, there we go. I was like, don't remember. So funny sometimes, right? When you're away from something, then yeah. So okay, let me do a ticker. How about that? Ticker? Okay. Let's do a ticker. This thing is called Cassandra Summit. Okay, this one will be Cassandra Summit main page, right? Okay. And then now, see, like up top, right? I have the Cassandra Summit information. So if you're interested too, let me maybe change color to it too, isn't it? Isn't it fun sometimes, right? You do some stuff. No, wait. I want a different color. Where do I do it? Right. Text. Wait. Style. There we go. Okay, let's do a different color. What color would be good? Maybe let's do the. So here we go. Here we go. So kind of like jives better, right, with the background of the Cassandra Summit site. So okay, cool. Okay, so and I lost Aaron again. Exactly, Aaron. I cannot hear you for some reason. That is kind of strange. Yeah. Now from my side too. It it would be when you come in, you are having your screen. So once I share you, I shouldn't need to do anything. So once you're there, when I connect you on the stream, we should be able to pick up from where you are. So for some reason, not able to get you in. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, I'm just trying different things out. No, and okay, maybe here, maybe like this. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. I'm kind of wondering how if there's anything I can do. Hmm. What would that be? Right. I don't think I would be. I don't think the link would matter. You are able to connect. So uh, let me see. There's an instruction for guests. Let me see if there's anything. Uh, uh, it just says recommended browsers is latest version of Chrome, Chromium, Brave, Vivaldi, or Microsoft Edge. And obviously, you're not using any of the Microsoft Edge, and so you can share screen, mute microphone, stop video, all these things. And oh, is it? It says please check that you allow your browser to use your camera and microphone. So you have checked that, right? I think I'm just trying to read the instruction. It has like an instruction page, which I'm sure you already have, and I believe that that's just some kind of thing. Yeah, still can't hear you. Yeah. Let me share with you. So Aaron, I just shared with you from Melon from the site. It says streaming setup for guests. So I don't know if you want to take a look just to compare, just in case, But there shouldn't be anything that's unusual that you need to do. I think the only thing might be is just to make sure your browser is set up to enable audio and video, which I think you're already doing it. So it is a bit kind of an odd thing, like why you're not able to, right? So Boxy, here we go. Okay, default. Okay, that is really odd. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So Aaron, if you still want to try, no problem. You know what I'll do, folks. Now you probably get enough of this. So I'll just let this ticker run. So if you're still interested in Cassandra Summit, right, it's there. And let me then in that case maybe take some time to what should I do? Are you all interested in anybody is here interested in any kind of let's say any kind of technical information, or maybe you know what we'll do, we can take a look. Is anybody going to AWS reInvent, right? We can take a look at their reInvent schedule too, because even I wanted to take a look, but it's been a bit crazy, as you know, right? The what you call the and of course there's also World Cup going on, isn't it? There's just so many things going on. So reinvent, okay, invent, and I actually been trying to take a look to see which uh, sessions I can go to, but I actually won't be able to go too much. You know why? Because I have to be on booth duty. So, but no big deal. I mean, I to there to work. It's actually gonna be a very busy few days because there will be 50,000 people, first of all. And we also, DataStax is a gold sponsor. So we have not the biggest booth, because I think it's platinum, something larger than that level will have the huge booth. But otherwise, too, we have like a medium, large, or I should say, is a we belong to the large size booth, but not the largest one. But it's probably like the medium of the largest. So is looks like we're gonna have people stopping by the booth, and we'll have to be demoing thing or answering questions, and we'll have seven of DataSex people staffing the booth, for all 4 days, and then the last day was just tearing things down, so no booth, but I need to be there for 4 days, so lots of things. And the amazing thing was, I actually could not find any more available sessions, as I found out. So if you go there and go to session catalog, is what I'm trying to search for, right? So folks, if you're interested in that, right, this link, not to say I'm trying to search to advertise for AWS, but AWS reinvent, right, in Las Vegas, right? Okay, let me just reinvent this one. Vegas, right? Vegas, and it's gonna be a very exciting place. So just thought I'd share with you. So if you want to kind of search, right, this session catalog, and that's what I did actually last night. I started searching, and of course, for me, I'm always interested in streaming, so I kind of search for stream. Just say stream. Now, so tons of things came back, right? Stream, and but the thing was, you can take a look, right? There's no way I can reserve a seat for it now, and it's because I think if it's repeat, then maybe. Now these are okay. These are open. I think you don't. There are no specific like rooms where you go in. So it doesn't have that, like game day, for example. So what is the stream thing that picks up? Oh, they have data stream processing too. Expect a variety of technical challenges related to AI, ML, data consolidation, data streaming, processing, security, IoT, and more. And then you have to bring your laptop to participate, right? So I think these are interesting. It's a collaborative learning exercise. So I think it's just more like, hands-on, follow along type of workshop, maybe. Yes, if you've been there, maybe you know better than I do, right? So, okay, so a lot of these game day thing, global lounge thing. Lounge is, I think, is just there is a talk to it too. Is elastic load balancing application load balancer. But the funny thing is, it doesn't have any way for me to register. I think if you can't register, it means they're either not accepting people anymore or something. So, um, but anyway, yeah. So in this case, right now, the funny thing was, I did try to search for Pulsar, and let's see what happened. Interesting. Now, Pulsar, of course, we run on AWS, right? Our Astra streaming, it's actually, you can launch it on, or kind of, we have managed Pulsar on AWS too. So let's say Pulsar, but the thing is, if you search for them, there's no topic on Pulsar. How can that be? But anyway, if you do Kafka, then there are a bunch actually. In fact, when I look into this, build event-based microservices with AWS streaming services, I wanted to go to, but the thing is, it doesn't appear. Perhaps it's all filled already, so I'm not able to register. I think so, kind of unfortunate. And then so many things are already, and for example, this is like build a serverless Apache Kafka data pipeline. That might be something I'm very interested in too, because even though, okay, it's Kafka, but I think it's, like I said, right, I'm always open to want to see what's out there, kind of thing. So anyway, yeah, so like say over here, right, building real-time serverless data applications with Confluent and AWS, and that's a Confluent sponsored slot. So not sure if I could get in now. Of course, I have to be on duty every day. I think I have at least like 3 hours per day, and then I think last day I be helping like 5 hours on the in the booth, so I would not be able to go to some of these, but I'm going to try, right? If I'm free, then maybe I'll search around, and if they are not full, then I'm going to try to go in and watch a topic, and perhaps too, as I kind of kind of talk about, is that maybe just go to some of these other things, right? I'm not even sure what this is. Amazon Athena, what's that? I'm not even sure. Amazon Athena. Well, there's nothing like that, right? Okay. Oh, you know why? Because I have Kafka search. So let's see what is Apache Athena services. Life in the cloud. Nothing more important than security. So at AWS, the customer incident response team, the CERT team, right, creates tools to support customers during active security events and help them anticipate and respond to events using simulations. This is a builder session, so more like a hands-on kind of thing. They're just demonstrating best practicing for best practices for using the tools to enable service logs with assisted log enabler for AWS. So that might be kind of interesting too. There's a AWS Cloud Saga. Then what's that? And then with Amazon Athena, looks like you're like more security event response kind of system. So if they have, right, and actually I wish they could. I was trying to search and say, okay, now what else is open, but I can't say search for something that's still open. But there are some that has like repeat, and then also some are like uh, overflow. So maybe the overflow thing is what I could go to. Maybe it's just you can't be as close. Maybe an open area where we can have like a large screen and you watch it. So maybe I can go to those. Is what I'm thinking. So now, if you're familiar with it, you can tell me what it looks like. I've never been to an Amazon reInvent, so let me know how that works, and let me see. If there's anything you want me to try to get for you, let me know too. And I don't know what I can get, but now if you want some swag from Data Stacks, right? And if you want to sign up for some of our thing, well, simplest thing is just to please sign up for our Astra managed cloud, right? Again, let's go there again, right? And doesn't hurt to mention again. And let me see if Aaron, you're still here, because I thought in case you're still here, then yeah. Okay. Anyway, Aaron, don't worry about it. Maybe we'll do another stream next week or a week after that. I will have you on, and we can test it beforehand. And that's just definitely something is kind of funny, like what's going on, kind of thing. Okay. All right. What I was gonna say now is that we'll go to Astra. Astra data stacks. Oh, you know what? For if I want to do Astra, let me do it with on a different browser. So let me bring that browser in. This is the browser where I have my profile that's set up to run Astra. Astra.datastacks.com. Okay. And then here we go. Let me kind of over here sign in with Google, folks. And if you need, right, let me share with you. Where is it now? Design, schedule. No, wait, hold on. Text. Let me kind of share with you again. Hey, here we go. All right, so here we go. Astra.datastacks.com. So, okay, so here we go. This is our Astra account, and again, will be good to remind you. You should sign up for this. We do not bother you. Let's put it that way, right? Sometimes, when you sign up for things and we bombard you with a lot of emails and like that. Now, the thing is, do expect some minimal number of emails that will come, and then giving you some additional information. We just do this uh, kind of context using your email address, but other than that, we don't try to send you email every day. We don't do that, and it's really nice, right? It's just maybe once every 2-3 weeks we have some update. Not even 2-3 weeks. I think it's once a month. Because I sign up to with my personal email. I'm not getting a lot of things, and I'd say once every even 5-6 weeks you may get an email giving you some updates here and there. That's about it. So please, sign up for this extra database, datastax.com, right? And get an account. And then if you have, and then you want some swag, let me know, because here I am just giving you some sneak preview. I'm still trying to design a t-shirt for our Pulsar extra streaming. So once I get that, because that's the thing, is that I can order them, but I was thinking, do I order them and send them all to my house, like 100 t-shirts, and what am I going to do? So I kind of figure out these logistics. And what I'm hoping to do is that if I can bring some t-shirts to some conferences where I will be at, then I can basically order them and have them sent ahead, maybe to the hotel. Then once I get there, I have those, and I can bring them to conferences. And so, but at home too, I don't know. I shouldn't be ordering, like, like 100 or 200 t-shirts. I don't know where to put them, right? And like that. So I need to figure out. But the thing is, if you are interested, right, let me know. And then if I gather enough of you, then I can order a batch of t-shirts and then mail them to your house, for example. Or if you live in Chicago, join CJOG or something. We can meet up, and I'll give you the t-shirt. So, okay. So let me see now. All right. So I think maybe. Oh, Aaron, you're still here. Okay, all right. Then in that case, then I won't go. Keep going on this now. Maybe folks, some of you, if you're based in the U.S., you're getting ready for Thanksgiving, and I wish all of you a very happy Thanksgiving. And Aaron, thank you for trying, and I'm so sorry again that it didn't work for you. And what we'll do again, in 2 weeks. Or even if Aaron, you're still around, because for me, I'm not taking any whole weeks off or something. So I'll work until like right before Christmas Eve that week. We can do an episode that week or the week before too, and that will work too. So, and then with that, I wanted to wish all of you a very happy Thanksgiving if you are based in the U.S. And then even if you are not here too, but take good care of yourself. And yeah, enjoy maybe World Cup if you are interested in soccer or football, in which I am too, because I used to be a soccer mom. So yeah, I still watch them, right? It's just fun to watch. I think it's such a beautiful game. So I mean, I think I they're just beautiful things. In all things that we do, there's always beauty somewhere. So I encourage all of you to find the beauty in your life, in whatever you engage in, right? And love the people around you, and enjoy the holiday in the US. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And you all take care. Okay. Bye.